Hey everybody, it's Torrance Davis,
Nice.
and you're watching the 2018 Post-E3 Warzone show.
Oh,
Tonight,
right.
QL's on time because he's an expert and he's got a lot to say. He's got a
Actually, I'm
lot
on
to
time
say.
because nobody showed up for my podcast. Everybody forgot, I guess.
You still have a podcast?
Yeah.
Really? You
I,
still do that
hey,
podcast?
yeah. It's usually ends up being Saturday or Sunday instead of fucking Fridays.
Who's on your podcast?
What?
Who's on your podcast?
Well, the same people, man. I got Damien on there. I've got Magnum. I've got a new guy.
You got
His name
that
is
fucking
Keely.
Xbot on there still?
Which one, Damien?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I can't be outnumbering or the same.
He's got nothing good to say about Sony. Nothing.
But he's Nintendo guy too, so
Yeah, right.
I got Keely and his woman is on there now, so I'm gonna be adding a female voice to the show.
Oh,
If we
really?
can get her, if we can get her to talk more than like a couple minutes, sometimes she zones out. Like the other time, she started playing Fortnite
She's
and stopped
like,
talking to us.
yeah, and I thought the gameplay was very good, and the way the boobies, my boobies.
Poopies.
Uh,
It's
and
basically Fortnite, right? Poopies.
Fortnite. Anyway, it's a post-E3 show. There's a lot of shit to talk. We got Freddie here. Ho, 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 ho.
You knew.
E3 was pretty good this year, I'd say. A lot of interesting things. I was surprised by some things because before E3 started, I just didn't give a fuck about anything that was coming out. There was stuff that I knew was coming out, like Forza, and I didn't actually care because I still have Forza Horizon. I'm still playing Forza Horizon 3. What do I need another Forza game for? Then they show me this game with all these different seasons and all this cool shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I gotta have that. Then all these fucking samurai games come out. The Ghosts of Tsushima. Oh, fuck. I gotta have that. Fucking Sakura. I gotta have that. You know? And I'm like, fuck. I didn't want to have to buy anything next year. Now there's stuff I need to buy. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Fucking Game Pass and it saved my ass.
Did you say Gay Pass? What?
Game Pass?
What's Gay Pass? Is that like
Gay
get you all the porn sites for $10 a month?
It's more like 40 or 50 probably.
Dude, isn't Game Pass a great deal now that you think about it?
It is a fucking great deal.
They
You think
need
about
a
it,
fucking Game Pass for Sony now. And they won't do it because they have all this other crazy stuff they're doing. So there's no way that Sony's going to do a Game Pass. But if Sony did a Game Pass, I'd buy that shit so quick. It's so worth the money. Like, all you need for it to be worth it is 2 games. All you need is, okay, if there's 2 games you're going to buy every year, then the price of the Game Pass is worth it.
And you're probably going to be playing other games that maybe you normally wouldn't buy.
Exactly. Like, I just downloaded something, Fallout 4. Oh, wait, did I? Them motherfuckers didn't even have that shit available when they said it was available. Motherfuckers, hold on.
She did technically say today. She didn't say right now.
I looked all day, man. Hold on, I'm looking right now. Still isn't available.
Today. This
Oh,
morning.
you know why? I don't think Fallout 4 Game Pass. I don't think it's available for PC.
I don't think it's a Play Anywhere title.
No, it's not. So it's only free on Xbox One.
Yeah.
Now that's very interesting. And here's the other thing that's interesting is you can get the Game of the Year edition for free. So, if you're going to get, this is what cracks me up. Oh, no, you can't. It says $47.99 with. Okay, so it's $47.99 with Game Pass. Okay.
Yeah.
All
They
right,
give
cool.
you 20% off, I think is what it is.
I'm still playing Fallout 3. Why would I get this?
They had Game Pass for 6 months for $30 on
Dude,
Amazon.
they were giving out free fucking free Game
12
Passes
months.
for 12 months at E3. I'm like, you motherfuckers. You know, the 1 year I don't go to E3, they give out free Game Passes, like cool shit. And what happened to all the free shit? Now, I open Mixer and just leave it up and running during Microsoft's conference just to get all the free shit. Where's all my free Mixer shit?
I don't have it either, man. I did the same thing.
What the fuck happened with that? I don't have any new email from Microsoft. Well, here's your free Mixer shit. It never fucking works. Every year they say log into Mixer and you get some free shit.
I think it's the first 1 million people. At least that's what
Well,
they...
that's just stupid.
Those-
Oh, just added to Xbox Game Pass. Fallout 4, 3 days ago. They added it 3 days ago. Where is my Mixer goodies? There's all these goodies you're supposed to get by being logged into Mixer. There's 2 years in a row I've never gotten anything. I get all free stuff just log into Mixer. So I log into Mixer like an idiot. And I'm sitting there logged into Mixer and I don't get shit.
Well, to be fair, the Mixer stream was a lot better than everybody else's stream.
Well, that has nothing to do with anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You want your free shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people had problems last year.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Well, that has nothing to
I was
do with
looking at the
anything.
list.
I'm
Someone had
just
the
saying.
list up. Yeah. It was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks.
So let's talk about some of the stuff. Or should we just go to the elephant in the room? Is that why you're here, QL?
What elephant? No.
You know what the
I come
elephant.
here
You know
because I
what the
like
elephant
talking to
is.
you guys. What?
You know Damien's listening to the show. He says, Daniel, that's why you bailed on us.
Bailed on you guys.
Yeah, I guess you bailed on them
I didn't bail on
to come
them.
to my show.
No. They know I come on to the show. That's why we
But
do our show at 7 my time.
You're
8
never on.
8
You're never
Eastern.
on time though, and they're like, "No, you're supposed to come over and bash
I was
Sony with
sitting
us."
there and what?
The Uncola. So yeah, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way, just so we can jump into all the cool stuff. So there's been a lot of hemming and hawing online and a lot of outrage because Nintendo announced Fortnite for the Switch. And of course, you know that in the console ecosystem, if you have multiple consoles, this has always been the case. You have a PlayStation or an Xbox as your main, and then you get a Nintendo console as your secondary. It's always been like that. Now, sometimes there's people like me who get PS4 or Xbox and Nintendo console, or there's PC players that get PS4, Nintendo, or Xbox and Nintendo, which is even more of a rarity now. But Damien says, "Why do you always pronounce my name wrong?" I said Damien. I said Damien. Damon. Damon.
Damon?
Damon, come finish your cereal.
You've got to eat your meat.
You got to eat your meat, Damon. Forget the video games. Come eat your meat, Damon.
You can't have your pudding if you don't eat your
Damien.
meat.
Damien Omen. Coming soon to Xbox. Okay, so anyway. So there's hey, Sorry's the Great, what's up? Hey, we'll get to all that stuff. Don't just calm down, Sorry's. We'll get into all the games and all the stuff that blew my mind.
Oh shit!
There was some stuff that blew my mind.
Why the fuck is Damien on fucking YouTube?
He's watching the stream.
He needs to fucking get on fucking Discord.
No, because then he's gonna try and take over the show, talk about Sony sucks and this and that.
Well, you can just mute him.
We don't. Hey, it's the real D White, motherfuckers. You can't be talking about this shit without bringing me in it. The real Dwight comes in the show and we're talking. He's listening. He's like, hey, yeah, they're talking about E. And he forgets. Then I'm going to say, hey, it's the real Dwight. And then I say, hey, it's the real Dwight, motherfuckers. And then he probably jumps. Oh, shit, that's me. What's it got to be like to be a fan of a show? Like, this podcast is pretty cool. And you get on the show and every week the host says your name. That's got to be some shit. Jeff Keighley doesn't do that. Nobody does that. Jeff Keighley doesn't do it. Funny Games doesn't do it.
Jeff Keighley.
Who else? Nobody in the industry does that except for me. Yet I can't get my Patreon over $1 million. Cause you the man. So anyway, people bought the Switch and they announced Fortnite, and it was available when they announced it, and people go to try to log in and they can't because their account's locked to the PS4. So a lot of people were arguing that this is a cross-play issue. It's not a cross-play issue.
Yeah, it's an account issue.
Because what it is you have Xbox Live, you have PSN, and you have servers. And Epic was cool enough to make their own servers and make a single sign-on so that people could access all their shit no matter what console or PC that they logged into. Because Sony is against crossplay with other consoles, for some reason they've locked it, or and I don't even think that Sony is in control of it. I think in the deal that they have with Epic, they don't allow it. And I think if Epic turns that switch off and allows people to log in using their PS4 accounts, then Sony will be pissed off. I'm thinking it's an agreement. And so anyway, so when people try to log into their Switch and they're locked to PS4, they have basically, if they spent all this money on fucking hats and noses and titty tassels and butt plugs for their Fortnite characters, they can't use any of that stuff.
There's more too.
There's more to it, is what you're saying?
Yeah, if you disconnect so some people try to disconnect their PS4 account.
Yeah.
To try and access it on their Switch.
Yeah.
They no longer have any of the content they bought on their PS4.
Oh, so Sony's hijacking the content too.
Yeah, they're hijacking.
I thought people could. I thought people couldn't disconnect from PlayStation. I thought once
you can't on your account, but it still doesn't let you play the other system. So let's say one time you logged into your friend's PlayStation 4. You know, if you don't have one,
yeah,
then you can no longer use any other console.
That's fucking crazy.
They won't even let you log in. You know, if you have like Ubisoft,
yeah,
and you know how they have their things where you can buy it for the games. That's across
right.
all their platforms. If you buy it on Xbox or PS4 using their Ubi points, whatever the hell they're called, you get that stuff on every platform that you've got Ubisoft installed on.
And even Rockstar has it so that if you get the newer version of GTA 5, you can download your character and your save off of their network, whether you're on PlayStation or Xbox, which is basically the same thing, right?
Well, they wanted people that bought a 360 to come over to the PS4 and download
et cetera, yeah.
Right? It's a different if moving from their console to someone else. Like, what? I can't play with my friends? I'll just move this fucking shit over to my Switch so I can play with all my friends.
Now, the thing that's amazing to me is the moons are aligned on this, if you think about it. Because if this was Lawbreakers, nobody would fucking give a fuck. If Epic came, or whoever, Cliffy Babooby came and said, Lawbreakers is now available for Switch. Download it for free. And everybody went home and got on their Switch, and they downloaded it and tried to log into their Lawbreakers account that was already on PS4, and it wouldn't let them log in. I don't think it would be such a big deal. I don't think people would be making such a stink because obviously Lawbreakers isn't a popular game. But we're talking, like, of all the games for this to happen, it didn't happen with Rocket League, you know, it didn't happen with Minecraft, obviously, because Microsoft owns that. But of all the games for this to happen to, it happened to the most popular game in the fucking world right now. The game that everybody is fucking playing.
Even
What are the
CNN
what are the
and fucking
chances of that?
ABC.
Yeah, what are the chances of that happening? Why couldn't it have been something like Knack, or Lawbreak? It had to be something super popular that everybody loves fucking playing.
Hopefully we'll get crossplay because of this.
Yeah.
I think it's the money. That's the big deal because from what I understand is a significant portion of Microsoft's profit and their little well, it was just a month or two ago was from Fortnite, and I can imagine Sony has probably even more Fortnite players, so their profit from Fortnite is probably even bigger.
Well, some of the arguments, I'm not saying they're agreeing with Sony, but some of the arguments were, well, it's a business decision, blah blah blah. They want to keep people on PlayStation. I'm like, you've got 80 fucking million fucking PlayStations out there. Who gives a fuck? I don't think.
Who cares about even a crossplay?
Yeah, I don't think
everybody else can share their content.
It's gonna have a negative effect because I don't think people are gonna be like, oh shit, I can just log into I don't need to own a PlayStation for this. They like, it's not like Fortnite's been around for 5 years. And it's held that popularity for 5 years, and it's the reason why people are buying video game consoles. That's not the case. Fortnite is newly popular. They just came out with the Battle Royale mode. It hasn't even been a year that it's been out, right? Because Fortnite was out, and it was this game where it was what do they call it? Castle, tower defense. It was like a tower defense game, kind of. But not like a tower defense game because it had building and everything. Nobody cared about that mode. And then they added the Battle Royale after PUBG got popular. And then Fortnite became more popular than PUBG. And nobody's playing Fortnite for the fucking regular Fortnite. Nobody's playing the regular Fortnite mode. Nobody. Everybody's playing the Battle Royale. So it's just recently popular. So there's no fucking way Sony's doing this because, this is one of the most popular games, and all our sales that we generated are because of this game, so we need to protect it. No, this is a generalized blanket thing that they're doing against crossplay. As long as it's on Nintendo or Xbox, then Sony's not with it. If it's just PC, they're fine. So I understand that Sony's a business and everything, but I think this is actually worse for them than if they allowed it. Because what are they actually protecting? They're not going to lose anything by allowing this. In fact, people will be happy if they can go from their PS4 to their Switch and play with all their Switch friends and then go back to PS4 and play with all their PS4 friends without having to create a new account. That's something great. That's something that Activision needs to do with Call of Duty. That EA needs to do with Battlefield, et cetera, et cetera. And the crazy thing about Fortnite, correct me if I'm wrong, it isn't even a cross-play game, is it? Can I log into my Xbox and play against Switch people and PC people?
Yep.
Oh, you can. So it is truly cross-play.
It's truly cross-play. The only guys who want to fucking stick it out is Sony.
And I think got their foot up their ass.
And
I think the fucking what Epic needs to do is just fucking disconnect PlayStation from everybody else.
They have a contract. They can't. They can't mess around. And I don't think Epic saw this coming.
There's no way they didn't see this coming.
They had to, or they wouldn't have. Well, then again, there's this thing. Well, Sony has 80 million PlayStations out there. We can generate a lot of money from people playing Fortnite on PlayStation. I get that. But they should have really been diligent and said, you need to allow this, so gamers are happy, because that's what we're in this business for, to make people happy that play games. K-Cube says, wait, I just thought about the aspect of it that makes sense for business. Look at fucking Minecraft. MS owns it, and they have it on everything because they want money. They weren't like, it's only on Xbox, so you need to be on our system to play it.
But you're using their system.
But how does that make sense, KQ? Because if you think about, maybe I think KQ's saying that Epic is like Microsoft. Is that what you're saying? Not Sony, but Epic is doing basically a Microsoft, and they want it everywhere. And that's why they accepted Sony's whatever deal they had. Because Epic obviously knew this was coming because they're the ones that created that text on the login screen.
Yeah, they had it ready.
Sony didn't create that.
It was kind of fuck you to Sony. I like that it was kind of like without naming them.
Well,
like,
yeah, but it really wasn't.
One platform doesn't want you to play with.
I mean, Microsoft saw the bigger picture and put their game everywhere, as opposed to what? I'm not. You're not getting me. I see what you're saying about Microsoft, but where's the comparison here? So it's stupid for Sony to think we just want our players to play with PS4. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. But here's the thing that really kills me. You know, let's keep it 100, people. Let's keep it mega 100.
99 plus 1.
It's 2018. Can we quit the bullshit already? It's 2018, people.
Halfway through.
We have the technology. We can make him stronger, faster, more powerful than any man on the planet. You know, we have the fucking technology. PS4 and Xbox and even Switch. And I don't know, actually, Switch really isn't x86, but it's closer than the PS3 and 360 were. It might be. Is the X1 considered? Yeah, I think that is considered x86 architecture.
No, that's an ARM architecture.
That's ARM. That's considered ARM.
Yeah.
Okay, so but still, ARM has never had a problem communicating across with PCs.
Mobile is ARM.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that fucking
Fortnite on your fucking phone. You can get on your phone and log into your Fortnite account and get all your shit. So, phone, Switch, Xbox, PC, all of those, no problem. Sony's like, no, fuck you. But like I said, let's keep it real. It's 2018. Yeah, we don't have flying cars yet, but we have fucking drones. It's 2018. We have the fucking technology.
Hey, we know it works because it accidentally got turned on.
Yeah, accidentally. It's that the same guy that was laughing when they announced Fortnite on Switch and they were gonna make it available for people to download. You know that dude was sitting up there in the office like, okay, today's the day. Get your coffee ready because you know when people can't log into their PS4 accounts, it's gonna fucking blow up the internet. It's some geek over at Epic just waiting. And they push the button. Sure enough, it happens. It's the same guy who turned on the Switch to allow crossplay with PS4 for that short period of time. The technology is there. The developers have been telling us. And, you know, there's always, well, Microsoft didn't allow crossplay last gen. Whoever's the market leader, but that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
And people forget, last gen, Sony shut their entire network down for a month. Yeah, I'm not sure anybody wants to connect with that.
Well, but no, the thing is, I don't know what Microsoft's reasoning was last gen for not wanting to do crossplay. But the thing, if you really think about it, if you look at the PS4 architecture, and you look at the Xbox architecture, and you look at the way things are, there are a few games that were crossplay with Xbox and PC. There was a few games that were crossplay with PS3 and PC. But crossplay wasn't a big thing last gen because it was a lot harder to implement last gen. Now that most of the stuff is x86 architecture, the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC, they're all basically the same architecture. It's super easy for developers to make crossplay stuff now. So I'm tired of hearing, well, Microsoft did it last gen. Well, guess what? PSN was free last gen. Okay? If you want to go there. You know, there was no fee to be online, to play online games on the PlayStation last gen. So I'm just like, you can argue all the semantics you want about Sony being a business. And I understand that PlayStation is Sony's only business right now because they're not doing well at anything else. I get it. And they want to protect that. But there's nothing to lose. By doing crossplay, there's nothing to lose at all. You're just making gamers happy. If you're really thinking that one out of those 5 friends that live in Arlington, Massachusetts that are going out to buy consoles. 4 of them go out and buy PS4s, and that one would have bought a PS4 to play with his friends, but now he doesn't have to buy a PS4 to play with his friends because everything's crossplay. If you're worried about losing that one sale, I guess you could argue that, but you're the fucking market leader. They're selling so many PlayStation 4s right now, they're doing PS2 numbers. It's insane. So I don't understand why it's such a big deal. It's 2018. Just fucking do it and make your gamers happy. Make your community happy. Make everybody happy. How is that so fucking hard? I don't understand it. Just fucking push the button and make the people who have invested in your console happy. They want to play on Switch with their fucking account. You know, I don't understand it. And then part of me was like, oh, it's that whole Japanese save face thing. And it's like, Nintendo's the worst when it comes to that. And Nintendo's working with fucking Microsoft on several fronts. They're working with Microsoft. They're like, cool, let's do this. We're talking about Nintendo. Super Japan Nintendo is doing this shit. And well, Nintendo and Microsoft aren't doing as good as Sony. Sales has absolutely nothing to do with this. Nothing. You know? Nothing. It's allowing somebody to use their shit on different devices. That's all it is. It's not going to affect your bottom line. But it's having a reverse effect. Believe it or not. I can't believe the shit I'm saying now. When people were selling their PS3s and getting 360s to play Call of Duty because the PlayStation Network was down for like 2 months. The first time I heard it, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I remember I was in line at Call of Duty XP and people were talking about it. I'm like, what? People really sold PS3s and bought 360s just to play fucking Call of Duty? Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you fucking kidding me? They couldn't fucking wait the 2 months, go out and smell some roses and go hiking and do something. I'll have sex until the network was back up. They had to sell their fucking PlayStation 3 and get a 360 to play Call of fucking Duty. Okay? But to see people on Twitter talking about they're selling their PS4 and getting an Xbox so they can play Fortnite on their Switch doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't get it. I mean, if I was that, like, I don't give a fuck about Fortnite. If I have a choice, I'm playing PUBG. Fortnite, just not for me. Okay? I understand the outrage, though. But, I mean, I would at least hold out. I would just wait. Hashtag for the players. Hashtag greatness waits. I would just wait. You know, maybe they'll change it. Maybe they'll do this. Maybe we can rally on Twitter. Maybe we can make it so Last of Us 2 only sells 10 copies the first week and they'll finally meet our demands. You know, something.
Gamers are crackheads. They can't hold out.
Yes, exactly.
I don't understand this selling your system for another system. Just
Well,
go.
wait a minute. Wait. Whoever King Boss Man is, please don't do that again. But
I'm sorry.
The thing is, it's like, I kind of understand it if you're just a console gamer. I kind of understand. And again, this goes back to why I keep preaching that people need to get a PC. Because no matter what console you're on, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation or Switch or whatever, there's always going to be some bullshit. Like, if you want complete freedom in gaming, you have to at least have a gaming PC, at least as an accompaniment to whatever console you're playing on.
But you can't play Madden on PC, though.
One day you'll be able to.
Yeah, new Madden's coming to PC, bro.
Is
I
the
was just playing.
Is the new Madden come to PC?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's finally happening?
Yep.
Did I miss that during the boring EA conference?
Yeah.
Holy
Because you weren't paying attention.
Oh,
It's
fuck,
gonna be
it's
on the
Madden.
EA
Oh.
video,
That's
too.
the best news.
Holy shit, Madden. I didn't even know that. We should be talking about that. I remember years ago on the Warzone, we got into this huge debate about how Madden should be on PC. I don't understand why it isn't. They'd probably sell a few million copies. Holy shit, it's actually happening. You know why it's happening? It's 2018. It should be happening.
That's right.
We can-
Not only that, they're basically making a PC version on the Xbox. Why the
Was
fuck
FIFA-
not put it on PC, right?
Was
Yeah.
FIFA ever on PC?
I think FIFA was.
It's FIFA's on PC right now.
Yeah, I think FIFA,
Oh, okay.
because FIFA is actually bigger than Madden.
Yeah, worldwide it's big.
So let me read a couple of these comments. Final Fantasy 11 was on Xbox 360 crossplay with PS2. That's true. That wasn't just crossplay with PC. That was crossplay with PS2.
Yep. You can play
Okay.
with PS2 players.
I
I
think-
logged into my PS2 account.
That, you know why? Because Sony didn't really care about the network on P. That was like their network game for PlayStation 2 number 5. It wasn't really a big deal for them back then.
It wasn't Sony either. Sony didn't have anything.
It was
they didn't control
Square,
anything
right?
with
But
PS2,
Square
yeah.
was smart enough, you know. So Black Raven says Sony are allowing Android, PC, and iOS. Doesn't it defeat their original stance on crossplay? T. They didn't want any interaction with anybody. Not using your progression is a whole other level. Exactly. And they can't even say, well, there's too many mentally retarded people on Switch and Xbox Live, and we don't want them dirtying up our players on PlayStation Network. That's not what this is. It's not like you log into Fortnite with your PS4 account and you start, calling people names on PlayStation Network. It's not even like, it's not even on that. It's a completely different thing. So, Dotch says the thing is Sony don't give a fuck about how gamers feel. Sad but true. Yes, they do for the players. Greatness awaits. Powered by the Fro says, laughing my ass off. I love you, Tor. I love you too, Powered by the Fro. Black Raven says, I'm not selling my PS4 for anything. Powered by the Fro says, I have no attachment to hardware. Black Raven says, they're going back and forth. Oh, yeah, motherfucker? I'll upgrade, but not sell that console. It's stupid. And then Dachi says, Madden to PC is a real reason to sell your consoles. K-Cube says there's a FIFA Online game. People, damn, I've been missing a lot of fucking conversation. All right, anyway. So I think it's crazy. And the fact that Sony's shares fell, people were like, oh, 2% isn't a lot. 2% is huge when you're talking shares. If you say Torrance had $10 in his pocket and he lost 2% of his money, that's not a big deal. Okay?
If you're worth, what, $50 billion? They're not worth that much. They're worth like $20 billion.
Yeah, 2% is fucking huge to lose.
More than I'll make the rest of my life.
That's why it made the news. I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't think there's any correlation with Fortnite and Sony dropping 2% shares.
Everybody dropped because of the interest hike rates.
But news is going to be news.
It's a bad timing.
It's doom and gloom. So after the news, Sony shares dropped 2%. Anybody could say that. But 2%, fuck. That's a lot of fucking money. It's only 20 cents to me, to my $10, but that's a lot of fucking money for fucking Sony. But there's no correlation to that. But I'm thinking to myself, what's going to happen? What's going to come of this? Are gamers going to win? And then you hear people, oh, just stop talking about it, please, blah, 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 blah. Those are the people that don't play Fortnite. And as a player myself that doesn't play Fortnite, I understand. I've talked about this many times on the show about companies fucking other fucking gamers over. They've all done it. Microsoft's done it. Nintendo's done it. Sony's done it. You know where gamers don't get fucked? On the PC. Maybe we get tapped. Maybe we get tapped a little bit. Maybe somebody walks by and squeezes our ass. But that's about it. Console players get fucked. Look what they did to the Sony players. Free online! Free online! Thank God Almighty there's free online, right? The whole fucking generation. I'll never fucking forget it. I'll never fucking forget being at E3 when they announced the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One pricing. And everybody at that Sony conference went fucking berserk. They won E3 because of the price. And I'm standing in the middle of this crowd. Everybody's going crazy. And I'm standing there. I'm standing in the crowd. I'm standing there like this. This is how I look in the crowd. And I'm like, did anybody in this conference hall hear them say that they are charging for multiplayer? Did anybody hear that?
Nobody heard it.
Somebody had to have heard that Sony says they're going to start charging for multiplayer. Please tell me somebody heard that. And the thing is, and I did some interviews after. They're like, well, I already have PlayStation Plus anyway, so it's okay. And I'm like, what do you mean it's okay? How is it okay for a company to charge you for multiplayer when their whole fucking edict for an entire generation was free online? No, it's not okay. That's fucking ridiculous. And the thing is, I don't think I told you guys this. I knew about that before E3. I knew about that before anybody flew out to LA. I knew that they were going to charge online. Not because my gamer sense and because I'm Torrance and I have these theories and a lot of times they come true. Somebody actually told me that Sony was going to start charging, but I couldn't say anything. I was bound to keep my word because I like the information flow, and I was getting all this information at the time, and they told me that Sony was going to start charging for multiplayer, so I knew it was going to happen. So I sat, when I was sitting in the conference watching the Sony conference, I sat there like this, waiting for it to happen. Come on, announce it, because everybody's going to go crazy and start booing. I'm waiting. And it didn't happen. And Sony announced the $399 price. I remember when they did it, they were slick about it. This is how strong the grasp is when people are hanging on balls. When you're swinging on balls, you're holding tight. You're putting new fucking holes in those testicles. Oh man, it's like, oh yes, I love you, Sony, because they literally went down the list of things that they were doing, and they put it under this little PS Plus umbrella. And it says, I can't even remember what it said. I can't remember what it said. I think it said $5 a month for online, which is $60. This is basically what Microsoft was charging. And everybody was so flabbergasted by the $399 price. Ah! When they went through that list, people didn't see it. They didn't notice it. I'm sitting there like, there it is. They actually did it. They're going to charge for online. We got these badass consoles. They're going to charge for online. And yes, it's in fine print right there in front of this whole audience, in front of this world stage. There is a card of bullet points up there, and one of them says that they're charging online, and nobody cares because they're paying $400 for this console. Sony won E3 because of the price of the fucking console. You know, I'm not into all this winning E3 stuff because it's always the gamers who win. Always. But I'm like, okay, in the grand scheme of things, if you're going to win a conference, how the fuck do you win a conference because of the price of your console? Give me $399, motherfucker. Woohoo! I win! I mean, I thought when you won E3, there was a fucking megaton. I don't even think $399 was that much of a mega. I mean, it was a megaton, but it wasn't like, oh my God, holy shit, did you see what just happened? Like Final Fantasy 13, nothing will ever beat that. Final Fantasy 13 being shown on Xbox 360. That was like the first megaton. Nothing is ever going to beat that. I want something to beat that. I want something crazy to happen. Hasn't happened yet. But people just disregarded paying to play online. And said shit like, well, Netflix isn't behind a paywall. And I'm like, that's not a game. That's movies and TV. So I don't understand a lot of this shit. So I'm like, God damn it. And I always said, the power of the gamers. Gamers could be a powerful force in this world if they just, I'm not even going to say they. If the fanboy population of gamers all got slapped and all got their asses beat and stood in line and did what they were supposed to do, as a community, gamers could do some shit. Like, how come we don't have like our own little, like a 5chan or 6chan where there's millions and millions of fucking gamers that are all like in it to win it together? How come we can't go in there and be like, okay, I'm tired of fucking day one DLC. Tomorrow, Call of Duty comes out. I need everybody to cancel their pre-orders and not buy the game for a week. So that when Activision reports those first week numbers, it's going to be like, oh, only sold 1,000 copies. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? And it's not like we don't have that power as gamers. We actually have that power. We could do that. When Microsoft announced their Xbox thing that they were doing, and people weren't going to be able to sell their games to GameSlut and get fucked in the ass, gamers went fucking berserk. They went nuts. They were all over Twitter. Hashtag this, hashtag that. Crazy, crazy. Even Sony was doing fucking crazy videos showing how you can trade in your PlayStation games. The whole world went nuts. And guess what? Microsoft changed. You can make every single one of these. I don't want to get into that conversation because a lot of the stuff that Microsoft actually wanted to do, they've done. They've actually done now. So
Sony's done too.
Yeah. But we have the power to make change. We could fuck every single company in the ass. We could fuck Rockstar in the ass. Okay, when Rockstar comes out that first week, I just want you to hold on to your nuts. Don't buy it. Just hold on to your nuts for 7 days. Don't buy it so their first week numbers are horrible and they include a digital copy of the game with that Ultimate Edition or whatever the fuck it is. You know? Oh, you didn't like... Look what happened with Battlefront. Battlefront sales tanked that first week. And it wasn't even because we all joined together collectively and did something. It's because people were pissed because they locked progression behind fucking loot boxes and shit like that. Nobody likes that. But they said, fuck you, and nobody bought the game, and then they had to fucking change. We have the ability to do it, but because there's this fake console war that exists, because people feel good when they buy an electronic that sells more than somebody else's electronic that they bought, it makes them feel good, and it makes them argue and call each other names. Because we still have this stupid console war going on, and because fanboys are going to be fanboys, we're never going to be able to collectively do anything to actually help this industry because nobody wants to fucking do it. Nobody wants to, you know what? Nobody wants to do a goddamn thing if the guy across the street's refrigerator is getting robbed. Somebody comes to your house and starts stealing your food, you're ready to fucking do something. And I think John touched on that earlier on Twitter.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wow, I've been trying to talk like for the last 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No, I was saying I couldn't get my mic right. I was on the phone at first. Now I'm at home.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Gamers are crackheads. They can't do nothing. They can't hold out. They gotta have that game. That's why they be out there day one, lining up. They gotta get it. They can't hold out. It's like this was like, oh, there ain't no games at E3 that you want to play on. Yeah, it's a couple games that are nice, but I don't care. Sony as a company, they piss me off, so I don't give a fuck about them no more. I don't give a fuck what comes on that console.
Wait a minute, but John, Spider-Man's coming out.
I don't give a fuck.
But John, God of War.
So?
It's the greatest thing ever created. I don't understand. Dude. But, come on, dude. Fucking Last of Us 2.
Nope. And I like Last of Us, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck Sony.
But see, you are. This is that you laughing, Freddie? This is this is an example, John, and this is what I tell people: fight with your fucking wallet. You know, when everybody's running out buying the PS5 and buying the Xbox X2 and all this stuff, I'll be sitting here. Nope, they ain't getting my money. I told motherfuckers over a year ago, if Microsoft and Sony can come to some kind of agreement to allow crossplay on their consoles, like real crossplay, like every fucking multiplayer game that gets released has crossplay, I will be back in it. I will spend money on consoles again. Or at the very least, also throw a PC in the mix so I don't have to spend money on consoles. But you know what I'm saying.
You said this last gen.
Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said this. And here we are. We're right here. We're so close. You can't have a slogan that says for the players if you're not doing shit for the players.
Well, I just don't like how they bring stuff out, and if it don't meet their numbers or whatever they want, then they just take it away. Or they just stop supporting and stuff. Like all the features for the PS3, like the Actually, the PS3 when they had that Linux, that was the first time I ever heard of Linux. That's the first time I ever knowing anything about that. And so me learning that was something I was learning something.
Yeah.
And then oh, let's take it out. Like, why? I just got it. I just figured it out.
Well, there were now you got to understand. There's a lot of people
They were hacked.
in foreign countries who really love playing around with Linux and building server farms and shit that bought PS3s for that because it was cheaper. It was a lot cheaper to buy a PS3 than to build a PC to do Linux on. Motherfuckers had server farms, John, of Linux on PS3, and Sony says, nope, sorry.
Fuck them. And then the Vita came out. You know I love my Vita. I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was on top of that shit. I had all the damn games. Mm-hmm. And then after that first year, oh, we're not supporting it anymore. I was like, how you gonna release something that don't support it? You know what I'm saying? Just leave it to third party.
Right.
And then
right.
And then I was trying to explain to Lex on Twitter. I was like, imagine if Nintendo just abandoned the Wii U. Or abandoned the GameCube. Like Sony abandoned the Vita. You know what I'm saying? It's like
right.
it's horse shit.
Yep.
And it's like, but Nintendo, even though their system was dying and nobody wanted it and it wasn't selling, they kept on going until they released that Switch.
Right, yes. You're right. And I'm sorry. I think the Wii was, like, I know I talked a lot of shit about the Wii early on, but I wasn't talking shit about the hardware. I was talking shit because they were just re-releasing games that were on PS3 and 360. As soon as they started coming out with their good shit, I was like, yes, Wii U, gotta own it. Wonderful 101, Bayonetta 2, you know, all those cool Nintendo games. The Wii U was a great system, but nobody wanted to fucking buy it because they thought it was an attachment to the Wii.
And so yeah, and it's understandable. That's what I say. But you can't deny they support. That's what I said. Like that's why I say I can't put Nintendo in the same light that I put Microsoft and Sony in because it's just a different thing. They literally single-handedly showed you what can happen when you make first-party games and release them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus what Sony and Microsoft doing, like where they the sparse release schedule that they have.
Yeah.
You know, it's horseshit. I'm just tired of the bullshit. And the game is just like because they such crackheads and they can't do it out. They just keep buying it and supporting it. And then the fact that people trying to defend this fucking Fortnite shit is horseshit. Like, how the fuck do you fucking defend that?
Well, it's not Spider-Man.
Fuck Spider-Man.
because people use games as ammunition. And apparently nobody gives a shit. Like, the whole world loves Fortnite, but nobody gives a shit about Fortnite. Fortnite is in the same group as Call of Duty and Madden. It's a popular game, so most of these diehards aren't going to give a shit about Fortnite or what's going on with Fortnite. You know, their solution is, well, just make a new account. Buy all your stuff over again. Who cares? Because they don't play Fortnite. They haven't made that investment. Now, I want to read a comment to you guys. Okay? So we've been talking about this elephant in the room for a good 30 minutes now. I want to read a comment to you. You're a joke. Sony has no reason to have their players on Xbox Live. Is that what we're talking about? I don't think we're talking. We're not even talking about that.
But that's the type of shit that you gotta look like. That's what they do. It's like what does it matter to you? What are you getting out of that? Nothing. What's it for you? Nothing. You just act like a fucking dipshit for no fucking reason. You get nothing out of that shit. Nothing.
Not only that, you can fucking get on your Nintendo fucking Switch right now and log into Xbox Live.
Yes.
If you have fucking Minecraft, they don't give a shit. Who cares? You bought Minecraft. Nintendo made money. That's the only thing they care about.
And
when you buy shit on Nintendo for fucking Minecraft, you get to play that shit on the Xbox and on your PC and on your mobile device. But Sony don't want to play either. That's the same fucking problem they have.
You know what?
And my issue is not even with the cross-play. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, fine, they haven't been doing it all this whole generation. That's fine. I don't care. Fuck it. It's your loss. But, like, if you seen on my streams, like, I go down to my friend's house and I play on his PS4 sometimes because that's what he has. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect him to go buy a whole nother fucking system just to play the same game with me. You know what I'm saying? For just play one game with me, it's like, that's stupid. So I go down to his house, I play the thing, I play his games down there, whatever. I was about to sign in with my account on his PlayStation.
Save.
I forgot my damn password.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm glad you forgot your password and you were able to log in. But imagine the fucking laughs we'd be having right now if you did log in.
Oh, I would have been hot.
Oh god.
See, I don't spend all the money like everybody else does. I don't spend the money, but I try to earn enough credits to do some whatever stuff like by playing it, whatever. And also, I like my stats. I like to look at my stats. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, because I was kind of mad that I was playing on his thing because I gave him like 3 or 4 wins, and it was like those should have been my 3 or 4 wins. You know what I'm saying? And so I was kind of hot about that already. And so, and then when I heard this shit, I just started thinking about it. I was like, yo, so you trying to tell me if I had been successful in logging my shit in and linking it, then when I got back to play my Switch on E3, on Nintendo, what was it? Was the 12th or whatever?
A game you were waiting for.
Yes, and you gonna tell me that if I would have did that, I wouldn't have been able to play on my Switch? I would have had to start over? Oh yes, I would have been hot. I would have been so hot, and that's the reason why I went off, because like that's bullshit. It's like, okay, fine, you don't want to crossplay, but you can't be blocking people's shit. That don't even make no fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course, Mega Jack. Go ahead.
Ever since the beginning of this generation, Microsoft and Sony have been listening to fanboys, not gamers.
Right.
And reacting to fanboys.
Right.
That's the problem.
And this is my thing.
Cater to
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, stop fucking being quiet. Speak up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't speak up, these idiots are going to fucking run the show.
Yep.
And the thing is, people get on my case because I talk about digital fuckery and everything. Everything that they do, all that stuff about Resolution Gate and the narrative of resolution, nobody ever put... You notice how none of these companies push frames per second as a narrative because they can't.
It's starting to become more important. You saw Phil
slowly
about
as they get better hardware out, but the hardware couldn't push 60 frames per second.
Because it was unbalanced.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it. So what were they pushing? Resolution. They were pushing resolution, you know?
Just like why Microsoft had to say exclusive.
Oh my God.
I don't give a fuck.
Don't even get me started. I think that is so stupid. And their whole meaning of exclusive changes every fucking E3.
But you know the only reason they do that is because fanboys.
Because of the fanboys. Because I'm sitting here, wait a minute, and I'm doing my scorecards, and I'm like, it's exclusive world premiere. Is it exclusive meaning they get to premiere it before everybody else? It's exclusive to their console? Is it an Xbox exclusives that they're world premiering? I started getting confused. And even when Sony's came out, Sony doesn't do that.
Sony didn't do anything, so you didn't know if it was exclusive, not exclusive.
Yeah, so I see a game and I'd say, oh, that must be exclusive. And then when I post it, oh, Torrents, that's coming out on fucking Android and everything else. It's not exclusive. So then I got to go and update my card because Microsoft got me all fucked up. Because they got to keep saying exclusive, world exclusive. And I'm like, why are you saying, what did they say? Why are you saying console exclusive with Cuphead? It's DLC. Of course it is. We know. Like, it's just, oh my God. It drives me fucking crazy. Get a fucking PC. Shit. Everybody needs to get a fucking PC. I'm telling you, man.
People keep on pissing me off about that, though. It was Sony started the fucking console launch exclusive shit.
Yeah.
It was Sony that started this fucking jargon shit fucking years ago on fucking all these indie games and fucking with people. And Microsoft gets into it. Nobody should have got into it. Everybody should have just let Sony do it.
So since while we talking about exclusives, you on stream right now, ain't you?
Yeah.
You got your old consoles with you, right?
Yeah.
Let me go find you on stream real quick. Okay, don't worry, sorry, but I want you to go get your Nintendo, your Super Nintendo, your Genesis.
Oh shit! No, I don't have those.
Taking that shit out. You got your sound.
All right, I'll make my point.
I have the controllers. They're not.
Well, I'll make my point without. I can't even do that. But okay, so when you got your Nintendo and your Sega, what is that?
Those are consoles.
Okay, what do they do?
They play games.
That's it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now imagine, oh, you're a little older than me, so it's different, a little bit different for you. But with me, I was a kid. Right. So imagine me running around. I got the Nintendo and I got the Sega, right?
Right.
And then Super Nintendo comes out, and I'm going up to, hey, mommy, daddy. I want a Super Nintendo. They ask why? Because it has such and such game. And they're like, well, go play your other games.
Right. That's exactly what they said.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, go play your other games. So it's like, okay. So then you gotta sit there and convince them like why this game is so special and why you gotta play on it. So yes, back then exclusives mattered because that's all it was that separated the console. It wasn't exclusive. Either this game was on this console or this game was on that console. So yes, it makes sense to. That's why you did your purchase like that. Okay, now fast forward a little bit. Then you got PlayStation. What happened on the PlayStation that didn't happen on none of the other consoles? A menu.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then now you look at before when you put the game in, you put the game in, that's all it did. The game would come on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Now you can play music.
Yeah. Now you got a menu. You're like, oh, hold on, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? So you sitting there, it's like, oh shit, it got a fucking it's like a damn computer.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so then after PlayStation, what was I got? Yeah, PlayStation. That was my last. PS1 was my last one that they bought for me.
Mm-hmm.
So then, imagine going out, cutting your grass, working up this money, save up some money, get your next console, right? And when you start spending your money, you start thinking about shit differently.
Right.
So now, when it's time for PS2 and Xbox came out, my choice was Xbox. You know what I'm saying? For my choice was Xbox because I don't know, it was just different. When I seen Halo, it was like, oh, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? It was like, then it was like, Dead or Alive? And it was another shit. It was like, yo, this shit is dope. I liked it. Then it was the Xbox, like, it's you can play the DVDs and it had that menu system and it wasn't online, went on there yet, but was it?
It had HD.
Yeah, it had HD. It's like, I was just like, yo, I gotta get this console. This shit do a lot.
And it had online.
Yeah, it had to do a lot. So it wasn't until my homie brought Grand Theft Auto over that made me even blink an eye at the PS2.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, okay. So I started justifying. I was like, okay, I can't just buy this just for no one fucking game. That's like $200, it's $200-$300. I can't do it for no one damn game. I said, it don't even make no damn sense. I was like, all right, but oh yeah, they got that what's that, SOCOM? So I was like, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, cool, it's SOCOM. And I was like, well, damn. It's just games. I got these games. I can play shooters over here. And I was like, well, what else does it do? Oh shit! It's a DVD player. So I was like, I just moved to my apartment. I was like, yeah, I need one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool. I got me a DVD player now. You know what I'm saying? So then I had that. Then the next system comes out, the Xbox 360. Now it does online came out. Now the Xbox 360, it does all kind of different shit. The PlayStation 3 does all kind of different shit. You look at things differently now because they do different shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I like the reason why I had to think about something because I was like, I'm not about to keep buying all these motherfucking games. Yeah, it did. Xbox did DVDs, but you had to buy that little remote.
Right.
So they didn't have to. You weren't paying for the fucking DVD cost for the license,
right?
Up front, you paid the license when you bought the little adapter,
right?
Okay. And so then I started looking at stuff. So when I had my Xbox here and my PlayStation was already pissing me off because I'm still sitting here waiting for games that they talked about like for fucking 3 years that still ain't released yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting there looking at this shit. I'm like, I don't want this shit no more. But then I said, I said, let me think about Xbox. I said, because I was like, I'm tired of playing online for both of these motherfuckers.
Right.
So I sit there and think to myself, well, what does this system do and what does this system do? Xbox offered more for me at the time. It offered more value for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got the Game Pass, and then when I found out about being able to share it online, so I was like, all right, cool. That kills two birds with one stone. Keyshawn got Xbox Live, I got Xbox Live. Cool. I only had to pay one thing. You know what I'm saying? Then Game Pass, after when I found out Game Pass lets me also play on PC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then not only that, every single game that I download, Keyshawn can download it on his Xbox.
Right. And you can play with each other.
Yeah, and I can play with them at the same time. So I'm sitting like, oh fuck that, that shit's out. I sold that shit quick. I sold that PlayStation quick, well, like a motherfucker, because I was like, you can't fight that. That's too much value. Then also when I went to the pawn shop to go get me another Xbox, you know what I'm saying? I went to the pawn shop. I didn't sell my shit at the pawn shop. I sold my shit to some one of Tawana's friends. But so I went to the pawn shop. I was looking at the prices. Do you know that an Xbox One S costs less than what they're trying to charge for a base PS4?
Oh yeah, I saw those prices you listed.
Yeah, and I'm sitting looking like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
And I was like, and all this just because some stupid ass perception, because the Xbox One S is a better console than the base PS4. Simple play. And it also costs less than the Slim.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sitting there like, what sense does that make? But whatever, I'm about to go hop this on this Xbox for $189. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, shit, $189, shit, I'll buy me a couple of these motherfuckers and go sell them. But I know I can get a quick $200 for an Xbox One S. You know what I'm saying?
And they also dropped the price on the X $50. Nobody talked about that.
Oh shit!
The X is only $449 right now.
Damn, it was $500.
It was $500. Now it's $449.
Hey, that's why I didn't buy it. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
But, so I'm just saying, like, when you sit there and look at it, you look at more valuable things. So that's why when people say, "Well, why you buy a console?" I say it depends on what it does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at just the games because it's not about just the games anymore. Like, here's a rhetoric I don't understand. It's like when I look at a console, I'm spending $300, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to have something for that $300. I don't just need a fucking brick.
Right.
It needs to do something. You know what I'm saying?
And if you buy it just for games, if you buy it just for games and you're in a lull, that $300 investment is just sitting there.
Yeah, but then it's like I paid $300 just to go buy these $60 games exclusives that rarely come out for what 4 or 5 a year. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not a worthy investment for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like no matter what console comes out, I know it's gonna play games. It's gonna have games on it.
Right.
It's not about the games anymore. It's like, what does the console do? What services does it have with it? What value does it bring to the table?
Well, I told everybody the reason why I have everything is because I want to play everything. If there's something that I'm not allowed to play, I need to find a way to play that. So that's why I was like, okay, I'll just buy all the consoles. I can't do that anymore because I can't justify it. There's no game that's going to come out to make me justify to buy a new console. You give me crossplay where I can get on my Xbox and play PlayStation people, get on my PlayStation and play Xbox people. I think there's a lot of fun they could do with that. But other than that, I have everything now, so I can play everything now. But if they change the architecture in a couple years, and then there's no way I'm investing in console anymore. I'd rather invest in the PC.
And they don't differentiate themselves no more. It's like the exclusives aren't I'm not missing anything. I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Like I don't feel like that no more. And I think because I hopped out the Matrix or whatever, and I finally, you know what I'm saying, I finally see what the fuck is what. It's like I don't feel like I'm missing anything anymore.
Right.
It's like I don't have to play the PlayStation game. I don't care.
There's no new experiences that drive you to have to own everything. But what about Detroit, John?
What the fuck is that?
Detroit, being human, or whatever the fuck.
Okay. Yeah, I put it on my list. It ain't came yet, but whatever. I was gonna take it down to my friend's house and play, but it ain't came. But I don't.
But that's just it. There has to be something that's like, oh my fucking god, a new experience. And that's
why I like Nintendo. Like people don't understand. Every single damn Nintendo console that comes out is a new fucking experience.
Yeah.
Every single solitary one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and I'm sitting there like, as a gamer, how the fuck can you not look at the Switch and say that ain't fucking dope?
Right. Even I'm gonna buy a Switch, John.
Thank you.
Remember I said I wasn't getting a fucking Nintendo console this gen? I'm not getting it. Fuck it. Then I started seeing all the games that were coming out. And I'm like, okay, if they get to 20 million, I'll buy one. I had to create an excuse for myself because I'm like, oh fuck, look at the Switch. You can take it with you.
Take it with you. Pop out the controller.
What
I really love is popping out the Joy-Cons.
Mm-hmm.
and then sitting there with separate hands, separate, not cuffed together with a regular controller.
Right, being comfortable.
Yeah, it's like that's dope right there. It's like, and then also motion controls, and it's like you get all this in this little bitty bullshit.
You know what I think the problem is? I think because we're like a long time gaming.
Yes.
The Xbox and PlayStation is basically a chick with brand new lipstick on. The gameplay is the same shit over and over, and we're looking for something new, and Nintendo always delivers that.
Let me give you an example. So if we start talking about the E3 conferences here, and I'm not even going to start with Microsoft or anything, I'm going to start with Bethesda. So I'm watching Bethesda, okay? And I'm watching, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Rage 2 looks cool. I probably want to play that. Yeah. And I'm going through the list of games. With the exception of Elder Scrolls, everything they make is a fucking first-person shooter. They're the SNK of first-person shooters. Rage 2, Doom Eternal, Prey, Wolfenstein, Fallout 76. All first-person shooters. And I'm like, everything they're putting out is a first-person shooter. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with that company? And maybe they've just, because usually maybe they have one or two games that they showcase at E3, but like they had this huge thing, and it's just like all these for like 2 Wolfenstein games, a new Fallout, another Prey, another Doom, another Rage. That's 6 first-person shooters. And yeah, I know Fallout has a lot of RPG elements. It's still first person, you know. And I'm just like,
play third person.
What'd you say?
You can play Fallout in third person.
I know you can play Fallout in third person, but my whole point is kind of like what John was saying. It's like, and maybe I'm a desensitized gamer, or maybe I'm just old. But where are the new experiences? And when I talk new experiences, I don't mean you could shoot a bullet out of your forehead. I'm talking about VR. VR gave us a new experience in gaming.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, sorry, man, cut you off. That's another thing that pissed me off. We did like fucking Sony. See, they almost got me with that Skyrim VR.
Yeah.
I was like, which do I want? The Skyrim on the Switch or Skyrim on VR? I had to toss up because it was a hard decision. So I was like, damn, VR would be dope playing Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I almost got it. But I was like, you know what? I was looking at all the other shit that they released, and all it looked like is tech demos.
They were demos, yeah. They were little games.
It's like, where are the real VR games? It's like, how do you do that?
There's no really fully realized, huge $60, 30-hour AAA VR games. If they are, it's just like, oh, they added VR to Witcher. Now you got an 80-hour VR game. But they're not really doing that with VR, and I think I don't know if it's because they have limitations or what, but they're not really pushing the envelope in VR, at least not on PlayStation. So, but I look at that and I'm like, okay, Bethesda's, all these, Rage is cool, Fallout's cool, they're cool games, but they're all first-person shooters. So if I'm a fan, even if I'm a fan of first-person shooters, am I going to get all of those Bethesda games? Or am I going to get the ones I really want to play? Like, Rage 2 is a must because it's Avalanche. And the game looks hot. It just looks fucking hot. Hot to try. It looks fun. It looks like they took Just Cause 3 and the first Rage and Mad Max, and it just looks fucking incredible. And I don't feel that same way about Fallout or Doom or Prey or Wolfenstein or the 2 young girls shooting people. It's just shooting people. So where are the new experiences? You know, how do you keep me invested in the system? And I'll be honest with you, yeah, Nintendo doesn't make games like anybody else. And I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but I'm going to take it to another place tonight. and I'm going to unveil.
Here we go.
I'm going to unveil something about me when it comes to Nintendo games. Okay.
It's okay, Torrance. We'll accept you no matter what.
And I need to know if anybody else feels like this. But don't Nintendo games kind of make you feel like a kid in a good way?
No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's something about the bloop, bloop, the noises, the colors, the Mario game. It takes me in a different place than like Battlefield does. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm like I have that. I bought that Yoshi's Woolly game and everything. I put these Nintendo games on, and I'm just a Wii U guy here. But even on my the occasional time I dust off my 3DS, when I play Nintendo games, I feel different. I feel like a little kid just having fun. And it's totally acceptable. And nobody can tell me a goddamn thing. Bloop, doo, 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 bloop, doo, 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 doo. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool, you know? And it's not
That
like
is so true.
like when I come home from work, I want to get on Battlefield and kill 100 people. When I'm really relaxed and things are going great and there's no stress and I got time on my hands, I want to fucking jump on mushrooms. And I love how Nintendo presents. I love how they execute their gameplay. It just takes me to another place. It's like when you go into Disneyland or you're an adult and you walk into Disneyland, it brings you back. It's like, oh, now I don't have to ask to buy candy. I don't have to ask to go to the arcade. I don't have to ask to get tickets for rides because I earn the money and I can do what the fuck I want. So you go and you get a Nintendo console and you're like a big kid with money and you're playing these Nintendo games who look cutesy as hell and they look like they're made for little kids, but you're having a good fucking time with them. And your wife or your fiance may look at you like you're crazy, but but you don't give a fuck. You're having a fucking blast. All is well in the world. And that is the one positive thing I'll say about Nintendo. Even though there's a lot about Nintendo I don't like, I have no complaints about their actual games. And while I do understand that, yes, every generation there's a Mario Kart, every generation there's a Mario platform game, yada, 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 there isn't a publisher who doesn't do that. Every single publisher does that. Every generation, EA has sports games. Every generation, Microsoft has a Halo game. Every generation, Sony has a Gran Turismo game or a God of War game.
I ain't gonna lie, Zelda fucked up a lot of games for me.
Yeah. And I am a diehard Zelda hater, meaning I don't give a shit about Zelda. But I can tell you this: I looked at some of the stuff that they were doing with the gameplay in that last Zelda game that came out, and I was blown away by it. It is truly a masterpiece in gameplay because it has so much gameplay mechanics in it. I mean, I'm watching videos and the stuff people do to jump up on stuff and do this and pull this and hang on the sky and then flip over this and jump off the tree and you know, the things they did with gameplay mechanics in Zelda are just unbelievable. And you don't see that in games anymore. You just don't see it. That's like I am getting like I was watching all these E3s, so many games had somebody with a gun. You know, you see a game and you see the little trailer, the cinematic trailer, and this cool little world, and then click, click, they're fucking reloading a gun. And I'm just like...
You want to know what's ironic?
What?
The person who created God of War said the exact same thing. It's like I get it. It's doom and gloom. Well, where the fuck is the color?
Yeah,
where the fuck is the color?
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh, what's the dude's name?
David Jaffe?
David Jaffe, yeah.
Yeah. What's up, James? You know, I just... I'm even second... Why is everybody laughing? Did somebody post a funny picture?
Yeah, look
oh,
at the motherfucker.
Man. Fucking Freddy. Ice, where's your voice tonight? He's scrambling, getting his mic together. Don't like talking over people. You have the floor, Ice. No thanks. Well, Ice, what impressed you? What did you see at E3 that was impressive? At least tell me that. That you said, "Oh shit, I gotta have that." Yeah.
Nothing. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I'm predicting nothing too.
It can't be nothing.
Ice.
How about the Samurai game?
Not sure. Didn't look. Oh my God! What? You want to play games? I hear you, but there isn't anything that you saw like, oh shit, yeah, that'd be slick. I might pick that up.
That's another thing I was talking about. How And this is what I'll say. I've been saying this for like a couple years now, but that's how I say the future of announcing games or shit like it should be. You come on, you announce a game, you show some trailers, you show some gameplay, you talk about it and say, hey, demos are available for you to download right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way it should be. I agree. And none of this fucking Good Morning America bullshit that Sony pulled.
Yep.
I was so amped because Sony's conference last year was so fucking good. It's like Microsoft has done the game thing. But the way Sony did it last year, it was like so different and so cool with the live music. And they just showed games. Now I'm watching Good Morning fucking America. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Why do you put a bunch of people in a giant tent, show one thing, and then move them all out somewhere else? It doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm like, what?
That reminded me of the Microsoft conference with all the circus people.
Yeah.
That was something completely separate.
ICE says, I think Microsoft had a great conference. Sony had a great one too, just way different. You're not interested in the Ghost of Mishima or Sakura or Spider-Man?
Ghost of Tsunami, if you try typing it on your phone. It'll autocorrect.
All right, I want to start getting into the games now. So I got it's me. I mean, they look cool. Most games do. ICE. Oh my god, he's so hard to please. Just once I want to. The last time I saw ICE, like I saw him go absolutely berserk over a game, was Battlefield Bad Company 2. I need that ICE back. I need that ICE back. But then again, ICE got to play it. So that's the difference. So anyway, let me tell you about... Yes.
What did you do when you first started console gaming? Like when you popped in a cartridge in an Atari?
Oh,
what did that make you feel like?
I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, oh my God, there's no greater pleasure.
You were happy, right?
There's no greater pleasure in the world. I got a new game. Dude, I would look at the fucking artwork on the cartridge. I'd put the game in and turn it on and just like, I have the game. I have it. I own it.
How were you when Atari and television and all that
6 years old.
Oh shit, never mind.
I think Atari came out in 76 or 77. And
let's say, yeah. You went to the store and said, I need that console because that Pong exclusive.
Oh no, there was no such thing as exclusives back then. Because like that was a big thing within television. Is like in television, games looked better than Atari games, and they had games that Atari didn't have. But yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna buy any television. Look at that whack ass controller you guys got. You know?
And Mr. Davis, what's the only console now that puts a smile on your face when you power it up?
It's always powered on. It's called the PC.
There you go. Console, like Nintendo.
Okay,
right?
if I have to say, yeah, I'd have to say it's the Wii U, honestly, because I don't play the Wii U as much as my other consoles. But when I do turn it on, there is a little excitegasm that goes on because playing Nintendo games is something completely different. I'm never online unless it's Mario Kart, and they're all Japanese anyway, and they never say nigga nigga nigga. So it's a
if they could, they would.
It's a different.
Are you sure they're not saying it?
Yeah,
They probably are, man.
it's a different feeling. I don't know what it is. There's something about the Nintendo ecosystem.
Because they still have the essence of gaming.
Yes, they do.
And Microsoft and Sony are in a pissing war over graphics, which will never impress you because PC will always win.
Exactly.
So,
however,
like bullshit.
However, I was fucking super impressed when I saw the Ghost of Tsushima, the graphics with that fucking wheat or whatever it was blowing.
Yeah, that game looked good.
Oh my God, I was like, holy shit, this almost looks as good as Witcher 3 on PC. That game's fucking gorgeous. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what is this game? What is this? And it's made by a Western developer. And the first thing I said, well, it better have fucking Japanese language. Because I'm sorry, I cannot play no game in feudal Japan when the people are speaking English. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I cannot bring myself to do it. It just seems so weird to me. So I'm glad that they have a Japanese language track in that game because that's what I will be playing.
I wanna play a fucking Japanese game with like voiceovers, and they're like all over the U.S. So you have a guy speaking like a southern twang, and you have some guy speaking like he's from Chicago.
Well,
another guy from New York, and
I can't have a game where it's all serious and dark and you know, bring out the sword. He goes, "Will you test my sword?" I need to hear. That's what I need to hear. I need the Seven Samurai. Okay, I need that. That's added realism. But okay, so I got questions. Let me read some of this stuff. Did you like that dude playing the flute at Sony? Dude, that dude playing the flute at Sony's conference got the fuck down. I was sitting there watching. I'm like, this white boy's getting down. He made me want to learn the flute. I mean, he was getting busy. He didn't have to have the gear on. He didn't need all the clothes. But, dude, he was fucking nasty. I was like, what is this instrument called? Can I learn it? You know, I thought that was pretty dope. Those are the things I actually like from Sony's conference. But all the talking, all the fucking talking. Talk. But I'll get back to that in a minute. So Microsoft conference. I'm just going to go down this list of games here. Halo Infinite. Somebody obviously knows more about this than I do. Are they no longer using the numbers? So Halo 6 is Halo Infinite? QL, somebody?
I have no clue, but my guess is that they're building a platform and they're going to just start using that platform.
So this isn't going to be the last Halo game?
No.
Oh, Jesus. What else? What else is there?
There's a ton of fucking world out there, dude.
It's not like it's Star Wars.
Here's what I'm fucking confused. So I understand they got Halo Wars, right? Why is there not a fucking Halo's RPG a la Mass Effect?
Because that.
Why are we not fucking having like levels and fucking adventures on fucking battleships? Why is there not a space game? Why do we not know anymore? Because if you read the books, there's all this information about the Covenant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're fucking cool. There's cool background about, but you don't see that in the game. And why isn't there fucking spin-offs about the aliens?
Maybe
they just wasted money. They've wasted money not fucking building these spin-offs. Game Pass is perfect. Create like a 2-hour game.
Maybe
if
they
it
will.
Does well, expand on it.
Maybe they will. I mean, we'll see. But the games
Maybe
have to. The games have to continue making money for them, though.
True. That's why I'm saying Game Pass is perfect.
Did you say Game Pass again?
Yeah. You build something that's like 2 hours, right? You throw it.
Thank you for logging in, QL. What would you like to see today? A reach around?
Does it not make sense? You build a small little, basically a demo.
QL, we've updated our privacy policy on Game Pass. Please.
I've already accepted your goddamn privacy policy.
Please hit accept. And join the action.
It's the perfect place to fucking throw new shit out there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
throw something small out there. If it does well, you expand on it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't do well, you didn't waste a lot of money.
Right. I guess so. I would prefer if... But see, if they don't actually make a Halo 6, they're just going to confuse everybody, even me. Because I'm like, oh, it's not. They're getting rid of the number. Halo Infinite, I mean Halo Forever. So I could just buy this one copy and play it forever? I don't know. Powered by the Fro says, honest question, did anyone actually enjoy playing The Last of Us? It was a grind for me. There was parts of it that I did enjoy, but I was glad when I was done with it. But I'll tell you what. Let's not talk Sony now, because I got a lot of stuff I want to say about Sony, and a lot of stuff I want to say about the fucking most brutal game ever created in the history of games. Okay? So we'll get in that. We'll get in that in the middle. Triggerman says, blame Xbox for sucking the last few years for all the flute playing. Dr. Evil says, it's a trade show. Sony is still trying to appeal to the third parties to put their games on the system. Sony showed the third parties games that will sell systems. Black Raven says Pong was ripped off. James says Ghost of Tsushima was my favorite PS4 game. Black Raven, no, Tor was impressed by Death Stranding walking simulator. Oh boy. People keep asking, what the fuck is that game? I'm like, it's a walking simulator where you hike and you pick things up and carry them on your back and you avoid invisible gorillas. That's That's what I got out of it. Now, Powered by the Fro says they're dropping the numbers. And yes, they are. They do seem to be getting back to the original Halo. It's the same planet and everything, right? With the rings.
Yeah, the Halo.
Yeah. Golgo13 says he'd be on board with a Halo RPG. And then Futuristic Viper says, for the first time, Halo did not do it for me at a Microsoft press conference. They didn't really show anything, though.
It just shows slip space.
Why Gears 5 looks like Gears 4 DLC? Why all this power of the Xbox X and there's no graphical increase? They didn't even show Gears 5.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. They showed actual
They showed a bunch of people talking in a fucking yard.
No, they showed actual gameplay, man.
They didn't show shooting anything.
Yeah, they did, dude. They showed gameplay.
No, they didn't. Look, the girl, there was a pile of bones and meat, and the girl cried, and they came over and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry about this. We need to go here," and then that was it. They didn't show any gameplay.
They showed gameplay. They showed gameplay.
They did.
They showed them. They showed them fighting in like a little like it looked like kind of like a kitchen or something. Had a couple of counters.
And they were sledding across the water.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Shows you I've seen too much Gears.
Yeah.
Played too much Gears because I didn't remember that. Didn't leave. All right, I gotta give it to Trigger Man because that shit didn't do anything for me. Because like, oh, another Gears game.
Another Gears game. The fact that they properly portrayed the woman like tripping out on him, fucking pointing a gun at his head.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to say this as a positive. Microsoft showed so many games, it's probably why I forgot Gears. If Microsoft only showed like 8 games, I would have remembered it.
Oh my God, Gears Pop was like the ultimate troll.
Oh, yeah, it was. I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
And then they started talking about it, and then he was like, he just kind of dropped it and then thrown out Gears Tactics, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Golga13 says Death Stranding is a body balancing simulator. God, this chat room's on fire tonight. Feels like Microsoft's preparing for the next generation. Okay. All right. So yeah, whatever. Halo. Okay.
Death Stranding is actually a hiking simulator.
Yeah, hiking, walking simulator. Correct. I can't wait to talk about that. All right. So Ori was a nice little surprise and actually looks really good. Ori 2.
It does. It looks even better than the first, and that's crazy.
But my first mind-blowing moment came when they showed Sekiro. And I hope I'm saying that right. That game, I was like... Because even though it's by From Software, it didn't look Soulsy. It looked more action-packed.
I thought it was Tenchu.
I first thought it was Tenchu, too. No. Yeah. This is the one that I thought. I think a lot of people thought it was Tenchu. And I started freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, they're making another Tenchu game. It's about fucking time. I was going ape shit. But it looked so fucking good. I'm like, okay, that's a game I gotta have. Fallout 76. I'm not a huge Fallout fan. But I guess everybody's excited because this one's going to be kind of open world online. Which I guess is cool, I guess, if you're a Fallout fan. Captain Spirit.
I'm excited for that.
What was Captain Spirit? I can't remember that one.
That was the little boy.
Oh, that has the big imagination?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that game. All right.
That was like my fucking childhood, man. Fuck that game. The only thing he didn't do that I did as a child was jump off a third-story building.
You just don't remember.
Yeah.
Crackdown 3 was a disappointment for me because I know for a fact that they're not going to do the destruction. So Crackdown 3 is coming out in February. They didn't show any destruction during the E3 gameplay. So that, while I'm excited about Crackdown 3, I'm glad I don't. Here's the thing about the Microsoft games that's very pleasing to me is that when I do see something that's Microsoft published that I want, I keep thinking I have to pre-order something. No, I just got to go and download it. Game Pass. Bitches. All right, so yeah, Crackdown 3 will be cracked. I think the game will still be good, but I'm disappointed that they took away the destruction. I'd be pretty surprised if they have the destruction when it comes out.
They just showed single player.
Doesn't matter. I don't think they're going to have it in there.
They're going to have the destruction.
They should have just hired Volition or whoever did Red Faction
Rift
Gorilla, and
which is coming out.
Yeah. So Nier Automata.
That's a digital only game. By the way.
I think it's Nier Automata is what they call it. And yeah, that's digital only. Remember when we had this conversation? Remember when I said that the Japanese developers didn't like Microsoft because they force them to publish so many hard copies?
Yeah.
And I said, why doesn't Microsoft just say you don't have to publish hard copy, you can just go digital, and then they'll get more Japanese games? Boom! I called it. I told you. I said if Microsoft gets rid of that stupid rule and allows them to publish digital, they'll get more cool Japanese games. And now we have Nier Automata.
Now we just need Kingdom Hearts.
We have Kingdom Hearts. We don't need all that fucking old shit. Fuck all that shit and their remakes. Look, let me get into the remakes, okay?
You can take over Michael Patton, Mr. Davis. That's the second thing you predicted.
Yeah.
The backwards compatibility too.
Yeah, I'm on fire. I'm on fire, Jack. But here's the other thing. I'm like, okay, so why is it that we as a community of gamers are so into games getting re-fucking made so we could play them again with prettier graphics? Now, you take a game from the 80s or 70s and you remake it for today, okay, even the 90s, even the early 90s, I'm cool with that. This man didn't know gameplay was shown during a conference watch. He knows nothing. Because it wasn't anything. Hey, there's the Gears gameplay. I gotta actually play this again. I want to see the shooting parts.
It showed 2 fucking new monsters.
I do. Gears didn't impress me, okay? And then Microsoft had, after that, they had 30 more games. I forgot about it. Sorry.
You remember Gear Tactics, though, right?
Yeah, that was bullshit. Oh, yeah, I remember this now. I remember this. Okay, yeah. But it was really no big deal. But anyway, fuck you, Ice. So, now I lost my fucking train of thought. Where was I? Oh, so why is it that everybody's so into fucking games being remade? Why? Like, I'm watching, and then again, I'm jumping back to the Sony conference again. I'm watching this trailer, and I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm like, what, do you get to play a rat or something? You're running around all these cans of food. And the guy shoots the dude, and all you see is a fucking flashlight, and the whole audience starts going nuts. I'm like, what fucking game is this? And it's Resident Evil 2. And I'm like, why are we going batshit over a fucking remake? Have fans been asking for a Resident Evil 2 remake?
Yes. For over a decade.
Why?
Did they ever make a one? They redid one?
One was remade on the GameCube.
That doesn't count.
The game, because when they released Zero, they used the same engine to build one.
But okay, why do we need remakes of these fucking games?
It's an old game, though.
Well, Resident
right?
Evil 2 is kind of old, but why not take that off? Because I've seen what they're doing with the engine, how you could shoot limbs off and shit. That's dope. Put that into Resident Evil 7 or 6 or whatever. Don't fucking remake 2.
People have been begging for it for a long time. 2 was probably the best.
I want to play that game again with better graphics.
I do. It's an older game. Acceptable. I hate when they remake games that came out like
but it's not
6 months ago.
It's different.
Yeah, I guess it's like Final Fantasy VII, which we'll see in the next 10 years. Okay, Metro Exodus looked pretty cool. Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't give a fuck. I don't know what's going on with that game. Sea of Thieves, DLC, whatever. Battlefield 5, don't care. Forza Horizon 4 threw me for a loop.
Wait, hold on. Pause. But did you say you didn't give a fuck about a Battlefield game?
Nope, don't give a fuck.
The world is coming to an end.
I'm like, you know what? I bought Battlefield 1 and was disappointed with it. Love the engine and the things they've done with the engine and how smooth and fast it is, but the game just did not do it for me. And I find myself going back and playing Battlefield 4 still to this day. As a matter of fact, I played Battlefield 4 last week. I play Battlefield 4 every week. Battlefield 4, Battlefield. So until you bring out something that's better than Battlefield 4, I don't give a shit. And from what I've seen of Battlefield 5, yes, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I don't care, and I don't care for that era, to be honest with you. If they come out with Battlefield 2048, I'll probably buy that because I love the original one. So Forza, I'm a Forza Horizon fan. I love the game. And I knew they were going to announce Forza Horizon 4. And I'm like, but I don't give a shit because they're not going to have some new tracks or whatever. They're not going to do anything amazing with it. I saw that Forza Horizon 4 trailer. I have to have that fucking game. The fucking change in the seasons. Oh my God, it's so fucking gorgeous.
I heard it's supposed to change every week.
And it's fucking, I thought it was Middle America. It's fucking Britain. I'm like, I've got to have this fucking game. It looks so fucking gorgeous. I'm like, so badass. And some of this shit, I'm like, oh my, I actually did not think that they could make Forza Horizon 3 any better than it was. And they did. So I'm like, okay, I can, but you know what? Guess what? I don't have to buy it. I have Game Pass. So
you play it on your PC.
It all works out. It all works out. This is what I'm talking about. Sony, if you make a Game Pass, you got my money. All right, so We Happy Few. I had no interest in it last year, although I thought this trailer looked quite interesting. PUBG, you already got it. Tales of Vesperia. I don't care.
Welcome home, Tales of Vesperia.
But again, that shows you that Microsoft's getting Japanese games. Division 2, I love the first Division. I would consider the Division 2, but I don't know if I'm going to get into this one. Because I don't feel like any game that requires you to grind and level up, I'm not interested in at this moment in time. Maybe sometime in the future I might get it. Shadow of the Tomb Raider looked cool. That's the end of the trilogy, so I'm in for that. Session kind of took me by surprise because I thought it was a Tony Hawk game for Microsoft. So it's kind of cool that they got an exclusive skateboarding game. I think that's pretty cool of Microsoft to do something like that. So that has my interest. Black Desert Online, kind of cool, but whatever. I'm not going to get that. Devil May Cry 5. They totally dissed DMC. I thought that was funny. I guess I'm glad they're making this game. I'm not going to get it, but it did look cool. Cuphead DLC looked cool. Tunic, I can't remember. Jump Force, all I could think of was Rikusen the whole time I was watching the trailer. So I was literally sitting at my desk cracking up because I was like, Rikusen has to be going batshit crazy right now. Sure enough, after that unveil, he was like tweeting every 30 minutes about fucking Jump Force. And in his own little weeboo Rikusen way, like talking about stuff I don't even understand, naming characters, and maybe they're gonna have this character. He totally went fucking gonzo on Jump Force like I knew he would, and I was cracking up. Jump Force actually looks cool. I like the fact that they take the 2D animated characters and kind of make them look like they would look if they were in a real world situation or in a 3D world. I thought that was pretty cool because the environments they're in are kind of photorealistic, real world, but they're still animated characters. So I think that's pretty fucking cool. And right now, Bandai Namco is the king of fucking fighting games. Nobody can fucking argue that. They are the king of fighting games. They got the Dragon Ball Fighters. They got this coming out. They got Tekken 7, and they got fucking the new Soul Calibur. Nobody is taking their crown in fighting games right now. They're kicking ass. Dying Light 2 looked cool. Excited about Battletoads. Wish they would have showed something. I think they're going to make it animated like Cuphead. That's just the thought. You know I'm in for Just Cause 4. Totally didn't see that coming. Totally did not see Just Cause 4 coming. And ironically, I finished Just Cause 3 last week. How you like me now, motherfuckers? I beat a game. So Just Cause 3 is done, and I'm doing all the DLC. I'll definitely be getting Just Cause 4. Gears Pop. What? Gears of War 5. I'll have to get it just because I want to have them all. Gears Tactics. No fucking way. Cyberpunk. So here's the thing about Cyberpunk. I didn't know it was going to be first person. I thought it was going to be a third, like Witcher, third person. So I was kind of surprised that it was first person. But everything I heard about this game, dudes were walking out of that demo saying they can't believe it's current generation and they've never seen anything like it. Does anybody have any kind of link for fucking Cyberpunk?
Paris was tripping out after he got out of there.
Yeah, man. I have to see this fucking game. It's like a watershed moment. You know, we're talking about games doing different things and a reason to get a certain game, whatever. This looks like this might be it because people were literally walking out of that demo saying they've never seen anything like Cyberpunk.
They should have showed it at the fucking conference.
I can't believe they kept it behind closed doors. Why did you do this? Does somebody have a link for 4chan anywhere to see this fucking game? Please. Please, I have to see it. Sorry says, Tunic was Fox Zelda. Sorry says, have you seen gameplay of that Kickstarter PC Ace Combat-like game, Project Wingman Tour? It looks better than AC7. I think I have seen that, Sorry's, and it does look fucking dope. But I'm not kickstarting anything anymore. I'm done with that. I've been fucked in the ass too many fucking times. Thank you for your fucking $60, Torrance. You thought it was going to be like Mega Man, didn't you? It fucking sucked, didn't it? Didn't even look like the fucking video we fucking posted when we first had the Kickstarter up. So I'm not doing that anymore. So that's Microsoft's conference. Let's talk Sony. And I stopped doing the streams because I got hit, copyright hit on Microsoft's conference. So I said, nope, I forgot I'm not supposed to stream these anymore. So let's talk about Sony. Okay, I'll tell you what. When Sony's conference started, I was livid. I almost turned it off and walked away because they said it was going to start at a certain time. That time started. They showed one game, and then all they did was Good Morning America, and they said everybody's moving to a different room. Why on earth would you fucking do that to these people who paid all that money to fly to fucking LA to see your shit? Would you pack them in a fucking tent and then move them somewhere else? Why would you do that shit? I didn't understand. Because I was like, oh, cool. They're going to do the whole conference in this cute little tent. Ain't that some shit? It's probably hard to get in the Sony conference this year because it's so small. Pretty cool. Nice going, Sony. And then they moved everybody to the I'm like, what the fuck? So anyway, the banjo player was fucking dope. He was fucking dope. The flute player was fucking dope. Okay, so the games. Let me tell you something right now. Everybody here knows how I feel about The Last of Us. I finished the game just to finish it. It didn't suck, but it wasn't all that great. When I saw the trailer for The Last of Us 2 last year, at last year's E3, I said, I am in. Let me the fuck in. I want all of it, okay? Knowing that this shit was going to be dope. Last of Us 2. I'm watching this fucking game, right? After I'm getting past the fucking corny ass moment they had at the little party and they're dancing and kissing, like, can we get to the fucking gameplay? Sony, will you stop trying to be so goddamn pretentious and just show me some fucking gameplay? I don't care about her. That whole sequence was for them to let the world know that she's gay. You couldn't say that for when we're playing the game. It would have been a nice reveal to be playing the game and find out she's gay. You had to put it on the E3 stage. Just show the fucking game. So anyway. And I don't care that she's gay. I just didn't think that they needed to show that during E3. That's something that would have been cool to find out playing the game. Like you're playing and you're walking on the ground and you're making Molotovs and shit. And then the girl comes over and kisses you and you're like, oh shit. Did you find it out last gen? No, I just fucking found it out. I guess that didn't they? I guess there was some DLC, and that's where they first unveiled it in the DLC or whatever. But I don't fucking care. I just don't want to. When I watch fucking E3, it's hard enough for me to watch a cutscene while I'm playing a game in my living room. When I'm watching E3, I don't want to see a goddamn fucking cutscene. That's probably why I forgot about Gears, because they were standing around talking about shit. And there's a pile of fucking mush on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? This isn't Gears. This isn't how you unveil Gears of War. You know how you show Gears of War 5? Guns, motherfucker. Fuck yeah, that's how you show Gears. I don't want to see a bunch of people standing around with a dead body on the ground. By the way, Gears did look good. But anyway, graphically. So, all right, they finally got to the gameplay of Last of Us. The first thing I noticed, their fucking nighttime leaves and the way the moon was shining on the leaves, impressive. All right, that's the first thing I'm like, holy shit, look at those leaves and you can see the moonlight on them. That's pretty fucking sick. So she's crawling and then I'm like, oh, pull out your arrow. Save that dude. Don't let him kill him. when the guy stabbed the dude and then put his hands in his gut and ripped out his intestines, I fucking lost it. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Is that Hannibal Lecter? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing on the screen. I'm like, holy shit. What's going to happen next? Ellie was fucking those motherfuckers up. I have never, ever, ever seen a game as brutal as The Last of Us 2. And I actually sat there thinking about it. Because when that shit was done, I was like, I needed a cigarette. I was like, that was fucking intense. And I'm like, have I ever seen anything so brutal? And I really, really thought about all the games where you could shoot people in the head with bow and arrows and shit like that. It's never been done to where it's so fucking brutal. Like when she sliced dude's neck, all the blood came out and you couldn't. I'm like, that's holy shit. That's another level of brutal. Like this makes fucking Uncharted 4 look like it's rated G. It's just, yeah, hammering the girl's arms was pretty brutal, but that was a cutscene. I'm talking about shit Ellie was doing to all these motherfuckers. And I'm thinking, as I'm watching this scene, nope, Gears of War, that was brutal. Nothing compared to this. Even God of War, when he cut the fucking Minotaur's belly open and all the guts came, that was brutal, but it's not on the same level as Last of Us. It's different. There's something different about it.
It's watching a woman fucking eviscerate people.
And it's not even that she's a woman. It's just the way, the sound design, and it's just, I was just like, holy shit, that was fucking intense. And the whole time I'm watching that scene, it's like, okay, that is the scene you have to play. And you have to hide from all those people, dodge those people, and everything's all happening so fast. How the fuck are you going to be able to, like, that scene's probably hard to get by, and there's probably a whole mess of scenes like that. Holy shit, I'm in. Destiny 2, Foreskin, who gives a fuck? Ghost of Tsushima. I already talked a little about this game. I forgot that Ghost of Tsushima was a Sucker Punch game. Because after the show, I was like, they didn't show a Sucker Punch game. But yeah, it's a Sucker Punch game. That game looked so fucking dope. I'm like, oh my God, another fucking samurai game that I have to have? Are you kidding me? I was blown the fuck away. But I was kind of like, so they were supposedly fighting against the Mongolians. Did it sound like they were speaking Mongolian? I had questions about that. But yeah, it looks dope. Beautiful game. Just fucking gorgeous game. Can't wait to play it. Control. So I'm watching Control. And I'm watching the demo. And I'm like, wow, this sure does look like Quantum Break. And I'm watching. I'm like, this looks like fucking Quantum Break. These motherfuckers copied fucking Remedy. And at the end, Remedy. Control. I'm like, what? Remedy said, they did not like our game. Let's take the engine. Let's make another one like it and make it multi-platform. Hello, my name is Sam Lake, and I give you Control. Quantum Break 2. So Control, and then I put Control down as an exclusive. Somebody had to correct me. Because I put it down as an exclusive. I went to Wikipedia, and the game wasn't listed. When everything was said and done, somebody said, no, it's multi-platform. I went back to Wikipedia, and Wikipedia was updated. So it's multi-platform. But it looks pretty cool. Resident Evil 2. The actual game mechanics in Resident Evil 2, especially the fact that you can shoot limbs off and shit, I thought that was like really dope how Capcom's handling that. But I would rather it be a new Resident Evil game than a remake, but who gives a fuck? Clover Saves the Universe, who gives a fuck? Kingdom Hearts 3, I just don't fucking care. Death Stranding. I still don't, even as a Kojima fan, I still don't understand how anybody can be excited about this game.
What is it?
I don't fucking know. Somebody kind of hinted that it's actually a horror game.
A baby simulator.
Because there was elements of that demo that they put out in there. But I was just like, and I think some of the things, the sound design and the way some of the things are handled are pretty cool, but
I think it's a game of interdimensions with demons involved.
Yeah, what do you do in this game? Like, The whole demo was him like walking with shit on his back and climbing mountains and going over rocks and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm not sure, but it has my interest, but I'm not really sure yet. Neo 2 was a surprise. Didn't expect that so fast. And then there's Spider-Man. Cool thing I like about Spider-Man, I love swinging around the open world. I think that's pretty cool. But there's just something about the game that's not drawing me in, that's making me want to buy it. And I can't figure it out. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's like I should be wanting this fucking game, but I just don't care for Spider-Man. And I think it looks gorgeous. I love the big city and everything. I think it would be cool swinging around. Like, you know how I get into GTA and I don't do the campaign, I just drive around and wreak havoc? If I bought Spider-Man, I would literally swing around for hours. That's all I would do. But I just have no interest in the game. And then Sony's conference ended. I was like, what the fuck is going on this year? Microsoft showed
It was like a half hour long.
Microsoft showed 30 game. I purposely did not include sizzle reels in any of my scorecards because I get sick and tired every year of going through the sizzle reel trying to name off all the names and fill it out while the sizzle reel's going on. And I said, I'm not doing it. Fuck sizzle reels. Sizzle reels do not count. Microsoft showed in their conference 30 games. Sony,
You know, I stayed in front of my monitor for half an hour, and I still didn't know if it was over or not.
The Sony conference or the Microsoft conference?
The Sony conference.
Yeah, I stood in front of it, and I'm like, it's got to be over. They did the end thing, and then it's over. 10 games. And I guess it's not a bad thing because the stuff they showed was quality, but Sony's they usually show a lot more than that. In fact, going by last year's scorecard, which I think I still have, let's see. Sony E3 2017. They had 16 games. They showed 16 games, and all but 1, 2, 3 of them were exclusive. So, something that they didn't show this year, come to think of it, they didn't show Star Child. Maybe that already came out. They didn't show Bravo Team. Whatever. So they showed 16 games, and then last year Microsoft showed... Oh, I lost it. Because I overwrote it. But last year Microsoft had a lot of games too. I don't know how many they had, though, because I lost that file because I didn't need it anymore. I didn't know I was going to be talking about it like this. But anyway, let's read some of these comments here. Microsoft showed a ton of games, but the exclusives suck besides Ori and Forza. The exclusive sucks. So you don't like Gears, Triggerman? Triggerman doesn't like Halo, Crackdown,
Gears,
CSV,
Session.
Gears, We Happy Few, PUBG, Session, Cuphead, Battletoads. You don't like any of that stuff, Triggerman? Sorry says if Resident Evil 2 remake turns out to be a mega hit, it could serve as a blueprint on how Resident Evil 8 and yeah, you're right. I do agree with you. That's the way it should be. Tor, if Sony showed the same multiplats as Microsoft, then they would have had 43 games. That's true. And they would have had more points on my scorecard. But if they're going to show the same multiplats as Microsoft, show different gameplay. You know, I'm cool with that. Spider-Man has one of the best rogues gallery. Rhino, Vulture, Negative, Electroshocker. Glad they're making the game, but we still need Goblin and Mysterio. I think Goblin was in that gameplay. Goblin's in the game. I thought I saw Goblin. I'm almost sure of it, but I could be wrong. I need new Xbox exclusive for my PC. I'm tired of Halo, Gears, and Forza. What about Cuphead? Did you play Cuphead? There's more stuff coming out. And if you look, hey Triggerman, it doesn't have to be exclusive. You have a PC. Play everything. Oh, more AAA. Play everything, man. Everything they showed is coming out on PC. You're good to go. What stupid they have? Oh my God! Thank you for reminding me, Black Raven. The one thing I wanted to see was Dreams, and they had all these like little Dreams stuff on the screen, playing instruments and doing funny things. I'm like, oh, they're gonna show Dreams at the end of the fucking conference. They didn't show fucking Dreams at all during the conference. And I'm like, I want to see what they've done with Dreams. What have they done with Dreams? Show me Dreams. And they didn't fucking have it. That was probably during Good Morning America after the conference was done, right? Yeah, I didn't need that shit. I wasn't going to sit around and watch that. Fuck you, Sony. Show me all the shit during your conference, okay? I'm not going to sit here and watch a bunch of people I'm not interested talk about a fucking game that I can't see. I hate that shit at E3. I hate it. I don't want to hear you fucking talking. Show me the fucking games. Like, and then please stop putting your developers on stage. They were all too fucking nervous. They were all out of breath. They stop doing that. They're not meant to be on stage. These guys sit behind computers and code all fucking day. They don't want to go in front of fucking million people and talk about their game. Jesus. Nintendo. I guess it was a love-hate thing with Nintendo. I'm not even going to talk about EA's. Is it even worth mentioning? Also, Dreams has been releasing footage on YouTube like every week. Yeah, but I wanted it during the conference. I wanted to just focus on that. So Nintendo had 11 games, 9 of which were exclusive. Daemon X Machina, of course. It's a From Software mech game. I'm interested. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I don't really care. Pokemon, I don't really care. Super Mario Party, I'm in. I love Fire Emblem games, but I probably won't be touching this for years to come because I'm still playing Fire Emblem on the 3DS. Fortnite was a big surprise, but we know how that went for everybody. Overcooked 2 was another game that I thought was exclusive, but I guess they're making it for other systems. Killer Queen Black, I don't even remember what the game was. Octopath Traveler was something they showed last year. Hollow Knight. A lot of stuff I don't care about. The only games I cared about were Daemon X Machina, Super Mario Party, and Super Smash Brothers. Now, here's the thing that really threw me for a loop, because I had to watch Nintendo, because I was working during Nintendo, so I had to watch it later. That fucking Super Smash Brother shit went on for 30 fucking minutes. 30 minutes showing all the new characters, or all the characters in Super Smash Brothers. I was like, who the fuck does that? Because I'm scrolling through the video. I'm like, why isn't this over yet? Why is it only halfway and we're on Super Smash Brothers? Do they have that much games to show? And I kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. All Super Smash Brothers. 30 fucking minutes. And you know what? When that game comes out, everybody's going to go batshit crazy.
You forget Nintendo has their Nintendo Directs. That's where they review
yes, that's
games.
true. Yes, that's true.
And Sony has their PSX as well in December.
That's right. And I think that's where I saw the last Spider-Man footage before this. Sorry says, I wish they didn't show us the villains. It's coming to the point they're showing way too much of Spider-Man. If this keeps up, how are we going to be surprised on anything after it launches? Maybe Wolverine's going to be in the game. I don't know. Maybe Stan Lee will make will drop in or whatever. And let's see what else came out of E3. Any other big news come out of E3? I don't think so. Oh, let's get back to the Jeezy cam real quick. Jeezy was at E3, I heard.
So sleep up.
Did Anthem do anything for you, Tor? Oh, actually, let me pull up the the EA scorecard, because I think there were 2 things that EA had that I was interested in. Oh yeah, so Sea of Solitude. No, was that? What was the cool looking No, that was Ubisoft. Oh, Ubisoft! Did I do their scorecard? I didn't do a scorecard for Ubisoft. Are you fucking kidding me? I think I was too tired. Ubisoft. What impressed me at Ubisoft? Division 2 was all right. Assassin's Creed was cool. There was something I saw at Ubisoft that I was like, oh, shit. And I think it was that pirate game. Yeah, it was there. Whatever that pirate game was fucking dope. So EA... the fact that they're bringing Command and Conquer back is huge for me. I'm not interested in Rivals, but if Rivals does good, they might bring a new Command and Conquer game out, and I'm all over that shit.
It's for mobile.
Yeah, I don't want mobile. I want a real fucking Command and Conquer game. Anthem looks amazing, but I really think it's going to be a cash grab game because EA knows that Activision gets away with it with Destiny, and they'll do the same with Anthem. So I'm just going to sit back and watch and see what happens. And if it seems like it's a good deal, I'll probably get Anthem because, I'm sorry, getting in giant mech suits and flying around and blowing shit up is just too cool.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Yeah, you
I
can't
won't be able to help myself.
Yeah, you can't keep me away from that too long. I mean, come on.
And it's Bethesda A-Team.
That's not Bethesda. It's BioWare.
BioWare.
It's a B developer.
It's a B developer.
It begins with B.
They're all the same. Great fucking developers. BioWare is kind of dead.
No Splinter Cell.
That pissed me the fuck off, dude. Biggest disappointment of E3, no Splinter Cell. And then they kind of fucked with you. The second one was how Phil Spencer pseudo announced the fucking new RPG that we all know is Fable and said, we'll talk about that later. And every time exclusive popped up on the fucking on their thing, I'm like, here it is, Fable. And it never fucking showed it.
You came just a little bit every time, didn't you?
Every time, dude. Just a little bit at the
here
tip.
It comes.
We're going all hip hop gamer on this fucking
Ice,
show right now.
Ice says you should play everything, care about everything. Well, no, the thing about the stuff, it's like if your conference is over, I'm not going to sit around for the after conference stuff. I have other things to do. So if you didn't show it at your conference, I'm not going to see it. I'm not jumping around looking at YouTube videos. I'm sure as hell not going to sit down for another hour watching a bunch of people talk and show gameplay demos. I never do that. I don't have time for that shit. Fuck it. Ice says fuck Anthem. No, they won't. It's EA. BioWare is dead. BioWare equals Rare. And that's Ice for the night. There had to have been one game at E3, Ice, that you're like, yep, I'm getting that. There had to have been one. Come on. I'm getting a lot of games. But which one are you the most excited about? Battlefield 5? I just want to hear you. I just want to see a game. I want you to list a game. I want you to let me know what's on your mind. Like, there's got to be one game that you're like, yeah. He's thinking Madden. Oh my fucking God. Really? Come on.
Madden's on my mind now. It's back on PC.
Are you a Last of Us fan? You are a Last of Us fan. What did you think of Last of Us? There's got to be something nice. I know you're sitting there and you're like, I know you're making your little marks about, okay, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy it. What game did you like the most that really impressed you? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Nothing. Really? Nothing? Oh, it was all great. He's lying. Ice never thinks everything's great. Don't believe him.
Even Tomb Raider.
I love it. Oh, I guess Ice liked Tomb Raider. Great. Times have changed. Did you see the new Fist of the North Star? That's not the new Fist of the North Star game. Isn't that the same Fist of the North Star Yakuza game that they were making? It's the same one, right? Please tell me it's the same one, because if it's not, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Because I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. They were making a Fist of the North Star game like Yakuza, and finally here it is. It's coming out. Please tell me that was not a different game than that one that they showed last year. Please. It's by Sega. It's the same game. They just changed the name. Right? Watcha! Omewamu. Shindiru. Nah, it's made with the Yakuza engine. Right. But that's the game, right? They showed that last year at E3. That's the same one, right? I better shut this off before he says, no, it's not. And I lose my fucking mind. Ice, I don't go on to social media or podcasts and complain. I'm playing these games, bro. I'm looking forward to Fire Pro on PS4 most this year. Ice, when are you gonna let me fucking destroy you in Fire Pro again? Oh!
Look, he just challenge accepted.